Here we presents the top 5 best audio interface. Starting at number 5, Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. Originally, I was going to include the Focusrite Scarlett Solo in this list instead of the 2i2 because, for one, that's the first audio interface many people tend to go for, thus it is super popular. However, when consulting with various forums and reviews, you'll find you'll be continually redirected by other producers and engineers recommending the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 audio interface instead. On the back is a couple of line outputs for monitors, one is the right and the other is for the left. The audio interface can process up to 24-bit audio resolution and provide 192 kHz sampling. Naturally, there is a headphone connector on the front for headphone monitoring. Are there any downsides to the Scarlett 2i2? Not a lot. It is a great sounding audio interface and one of the best you can get for this price. But just like the interfaces mentioned above, you aren't able to connect a MIDI controller to your interface, and there are still just 2 connectors in the front and 1 left-right channel in the back. But its setup does make it ideal if you plan of just recording a couple instruments or mix, and you can already plug MIDI via USB into your laptop or computer. On the upside, the Scarlett 2i2 comes bundled with a lot of really useful software. Pro Tools first comes in the Focusrite Creative Pack, which comes with 12 additional plugins. If Pro Tools is not your thing, you can install the light version of Ableton Live. For more information and price, check out the product links in description. At number 4, PreSonus AudioBox iOne. The PreSonus AudioBox iOne audio interface is a great little unit for Apple devices, specifically the iPad and iPhone. But it's also compatible with Windows computers and MacBooks as well. The chief reason why you'd want to get this is because it is small, compact, and lightweight, making it easy to carry around and connect your instrument and microphone to your iPad for live performances. It's also very cheap, costing just under $100, making it one of cheapest audio interfaces on this list. When you buy the AudioBox iOne, you get for free Studio One Artist DAW. It's a great little DAW for doing basic music making and recording. If you're using it with your iPad, you get the Capture Duo iPad app, which will capture your musical performances before you lose them and transfer them to your DAW seamlessly. Finally, with AudioBox iOne you get 7 professional plugins from Moog Audio, Lexicon, and Arturia within the Studio Magic plugin suite that comes with the audio interface. Now, if you like the specs on the iOne, but you wanted more connections, plus the ability to connect MIDI, there is another version called the iTwo. It offers the same content, features, and specs as the iOne. But the 2 analog inputs become combination inputs instead of one separate for instrument and another for mic. You can plug either 2 microphones into the inputs or plug 2 instruments into them. Additionally, like I mentioned, there is a MIDI connector in the back. The connector is a pair of IO 5-pin plugins. This gives you not only near zero latency for your audio, but also for your performances on MIDI instruments. Halfway of my listed number 3, Apogee ELEMENT 88. At first glance, the Apogee ELEMENT 24 looks like a rather minimalistic audio interface. In fact, you may have noticed that it's absolutely devoid of any knobs and/or sliders. But why? It seems like Apogee wanted this interface to be controlled through software exclusively using their latest application, Element Control. These are the kinds of features you won't find on your typical audio interface. Strangely enough, the Element 24 doesn't feature MIDI I/O. It surprised me, but it seems like most manufacturers are beginning to eliminate this feature from their audio interfaces. Purchasing an external MIDI interface is always an option though. However, Apogee didn't forget about including 48V phantom power. Based on the reviews of many users, the Element 24 is quite popular for its affordability. Once you realize what you're working with, it's quite easy to appreciate this audio interface. The stripped-down concept was what gave Apogee the edge in this market. Many users also report that the software controller, Element Control, is quite easy to use. It works seamlessly with their DAW and allows them to make adjustments with their iDevice when they're away from their computer. I've also been told that the possibility of expanding your studio by stacking other Apogee interfaces is enticing. It's reassuring to know that your investment can grow with you. The one complaint I keep hearing has to do with the absence of a Thunderbolt cable. Owners of the Element 24 are also very pleased with its build quality. If you plan on transporting your device, you'll never need to worry about damaging any knob sliders. For more information and price, check out the product links in description. Coming in at number 2. Universal Audio Apollo. The Universal Audio Apollo Twin MKII Duo audio interface is a very popular option that gets a lot of great reviews, particularly when it comes to the quality of sound you can get with it. Users who have bought it have noted a significant jump in audio quality, coming from cheaper audio interfaces they've owned. The preamps on the Apollo Twin MKII Duo are really great. Users note a clear, analog-sounding quality that surpasses many in its class. Plus it comes with its own powerful onboard processing unit. It will minimize the amount of processing power your computer will have to expend by pushing the audio signals into your computer, leading to practically zero latency at super high quality. When you purchase the Twin MKII Duo, you get a plug-in bundle to install on your DAW. The iOne Analog Classics bundle with Unison emulations give you vintage compressors, tape machines, preamps, guitar amps, and stomp boxes. And if your computer cannot manage processing the plugins, like I mentioned, MKII Duo has two onboard processors that will manage the plugins for you. The Twin MKII Duo connects to your computer or laptop via high-speed Thunderbolt connection and is compatible with OS X or Windows 10 64-bit and later. The only downside we could find to this amazing audio interface is the lack of MIDI connectors. Bottom line, the Universal Audio Apollo Twin MKII Duo is probably the best audio interface for home studio for a singer-songwriter, composer, or beatmaker. And number 1. Mackie Onyx Producer. The Mackie Onyx Producer can provide high-quality studio recordings and is rugged enough to handle live recording. Since this audio interface is bus-powered, you'll also be capable of taking it on the road with you. It's got everything you need to create professional-sounding tracks and features Mackie's premium analog circuitry. You'll even get instant access to waveform OEM, a full-fledged DAW. What surprised me the most is the fact that it's compatible with Windows, Mac and even Linux-based operating systems if you're just getting started. Onyx Producer includes everything you need in terms of hardware and software. Don't let the price tag fool. Starting with the XLR plus 1/4 inputs, Mackie has also included individual high-Z switches to accommodate high-impedance instruments such as guitars. It'll save you the expense of purchasing a DAW box and potentially a MIDI interface. The Onyx Producer is compatible with a variety of MIDI devices including synthesizers, controllers and more. Of course, we even get access to 48V phantom power for active microphones such as condensers. Monitoring with this interface is as simple as it gets though. I keep hearing people talk about the robustness of this audio interface. Mackie has literally built the Onyx Producer like a tank using an all-metal chassis. The rubberized grips also get many thumbs up from reviewers. However, one common complaint I've heard involves the DAW input fader. Even set to 100% input, some of the DAW's output still bleeds through. It's barely audible, but many people have noticed this minor flaw. As I mentioned earlier, the inability to mix monitors and headphones independently has also disappointed some users. The sound quality and build quality seem to overpower all these small imperfections, though and at this price point, it's still quite competitive. I have included these product link in the description. You can check out this link for more information and latest price. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button, share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe.